Okay, here's my opinion about the Energy Logic 75. I got a big shop. It's like 3,200 square feet. Which makes this undersized. So they told me. I don't think so. And if you cut modifications to it, it's I don't fill it there. That's a waste of time. Messy. Doesn't work very well. Make a big mess and I gotta fill it every damn day. Second, I had an old magic heat that I had that almost doubled the output of the thing. And I don't feed it there. It gets fed through a gravity system, which has a float positioned at a height, keeps the tank full, comes in the back, where you would normally drain the water out, and I still have a water drain there even though I don't really need it. That gets fed through a filter. It's just an ag filter with the finest mesh screen that I could get. I rarely have to clean that out, about every 3 months. The reason I only got to clean that out is I hooked it up to this tank. So this tank is 270-ish gallons, somewhere in there. Okay, fill it at the top. I pump it in whenever it gets empty. The most important part here is this tank. So this tank gets fed from that valve to the top of this tank. It comes out the top on the other side. That way any water or heavy debris ends up in this here and I can drain out that valve. So I have, ever since I've set up this thing, I haven't had a fault for water getting in the system. It also gets big debris out. It comes out. I drain that thing about a week after I fill it. I just drain it until all the water and sediment is out of it. And gravity works. You don't need a centrifuge. So over here, that hose goes down to the pipe and goes over to the float valve. I also added this. I don't really need this either, but this is just a gravity indicator to where my tank level is. So right now I got about 1/3 of a tank. So we're gonna fill her up pretty soon. When I had my old setup before I had the settling tank, kept getting water into the system. It's about the only thing that can piss this thing off. Because even though it comes into the bottom of the tank there, there's a screen at the pickup, there's a screen right there, and gravity does 95% of the work. So I really don't have to clean screens very often. Whenever this decides to get dry, okay, it's time to clean the tank. But obviously right now it's fine. So it saved me a lot of mess, because if you're pouring oil into something, you know what that does. It makes a big mess all the time. So the one big mistake I did make is wasn't paying attention when I filled up this tank, and it made a huge mess. It's the only mess I've made since then. Got distracted. Don't get distracted when you're filling your tank. So there you go. We got 1,180 hours on this old grill. I started it last year, and so far that's how much I've burned it. The only problems I've had with it is when water got into it. Once I got the water cleared out, she fired right back up, and I've had no problems with it. So, runs like a champ. I got nothing good things to say about it. It does make a slightly more noise than I'd probably prefer, but if that's the price of doing business, I guess I'll take it. Huh? There you go. Yeah, the air compressor makes a little bit more noise than I'd prefer, but I love it. I love free heat. And I love low maintenance free heat. So There you go.